What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. This weekend the Super Rugby finally kicks off, and man, I've waited a long time for this. It's going to be an exciting tournament. I love it because it's the three Southern Hemisphere, forget about Argentina, and going off at each other, all the provincial teams together fighting to see who the best provincial team is. Obviously last year we had a pure dominance by New Zealand Rugby. They totally destroyed it. The only team to really look out for a South African point of view was the Lions, who played extremely well, got into the final, unfortunately couldn't go all the way, but credit to the Crusaders because New Zealand Rugby was just on fire in the Super Rugby. Unfortunately for Australia, they were weak. Again, I think this year we're going to see a bigger improvement from the Australians. It's been a tough year. Last year was a tough year for them. Brumbies didn't show up properly as they should. Waratahs were nowhere as well. So hopefully we're going to see a competition where all the teams from all the different countries are going to prove a point. Jaguares had their moments, but unfortunately also weren't the strongest team that we know Argentinian rugby to do. Again, not a great year for Argentina, but I'm also hoping that this tournament for them is also a good one. Overall, I really just want to see a successful tournament, a tough tournament like we saw in the old days between these countries, and just seeing the provincial level showing the respect to the game of rugby, and also showing the love and passion that these youngsters have, trying to prove a point in order to get an international spot. So man alive, it's going to be exciting. So let's get to this year's preview. Now obviously this year in the Super Rugby we have a few changes from last year. It's not 18 teams, it's now 15 teams, with Western Force going out, which is unfortunate for me. I thought they were a great little team. I would have rather seen the Rebels go out because they were weaker, but alas, what's done is done. We know the Kings and the Cheetahs are gone. They're busy playing Pro14 rugby, which Kings unfortunately aren't doing well, but Cheetahs are doing alright and are definitely proving a point. So we're missing them this year, but I'm glad they're still playing rugby. So we'll just sit with the conferences. How the conferences are looking? Well, Australian conference, we have obviously Brumbies, Rebels, Reds, Sunwolves move into this one, and then obviously the Tars. In New Zealand conference, it's the Blues, Chiefs, Crusaders, Highlanders and Hurricanes, all New Zealand there, of course, because they are just the top teams. And then in the South African conference, we have the Jaguares or Jaguares, who have joined in the South African conference with the Bulls, the Lions, the Sharks, and the Stormers. It's really looking to be this is one of my favourite tournaments, just because I love watching New Zealand rugby, I love watching Australian rugby, I'm enjoying Argentinian rugby, still learning and growing on them, but it's the passion and the drive between that team that I love. So I'm hoping it comes out in the Jaguars, and that they can find a place to upset teams, hopefully not South African teams, but who knows, we will all be saying that for our own countries. But I'm just hoping to see a good performance. If I have to pick standout teams that I'd say are much watchers for South Africa, I definitely going to count on, and that's biased because I am a Sharks fan, but definitely look out for the Sharks. I think we've got a great team. We were young last year, we're developing and growing, and I think this year with Dupree as coach, we've got Fly Off Dupree in our squad. We've got Dick Muir back, who's also in the coaching staff, who was a great coaching influence for the Sharks. I think that's definitely a team to look at and to watch out for in this week's fixtures. I think they're going to give the Lions a run for their money. I think it's going to be a tough game, but I think the Sharks have got it in them to surprise a few teams this year in the Super Rugby. If we look at the Lions, obviously they're going to stand out as the overall favourites for South African conference. I definitely see them dominating, but also Bulls, John Mitchell, not the biggest fan of John Mitchell, but I think he could change the Bulls rugby, get them into that toughness that they need to be, and maybe play the old way the Bulls did when they were good and were championship winners. Stormers always got to look out for them. They're a dark horse. They've also been in the finals, had their moments, had their opportunities of greatness. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plans out in this tournament. I'm excited to see, but obviously Australia, Brumbies and the Tars are my lookouts for this year. They're going to stand out by far. Brumbies are probably going to dominate. Waratahs are, if I have to support an Australian team, Waratahs are my team. I hope they come back and also prove points here. I want to see Australian rugby good again, and I want to see South African rugby good again, to give New Zealand a challenge. We can't have New Zealand dominating. New Zealand fans, our subscribers, I love you guys, but come on, you guys need a challenge, and it'll be great to see that in this year's Super Rugby campaign. New Zealand, all the teams you've got to watch out for. There's really no one we can say are the weaklings. Maybe the Blues, just maybe, and I say that with the utmost respect, but definitely all New Zealand teams are the strength. I mean, if they last year had the whole log. Yes, Lions were there, and the Brumbies, but technically Brumbies only were there because they were in the conference lead, and all that jazz. So overall this weekend we have the Jaguars versus the Stormers. Prediction for that one, I'm predicting the Stormers win by probably, let's say, 12 points or more. I think Stormers are going to come in there firing. It's going to be a tough game. The Jaguars, you can never count them out. You've got to respect that team, give them a chance, because they can shock. But playing in Newlands is tough. First game for me, definite Stormers win. And then Lions and Sharks, this one's a tough one. Both teams, as I said, are teams to look out for in this year's Super Rugby team from a South African point of view. I'm going to, Clippers, this hurts. I'm going to have to go Lions by 5. But obviously I hope I'm wrong. No disrespect to the Lions fans. But I just see Lions just edging this one over. It's first game at home. They are the stronger team. But don't count out the Sharks, because I think they're going to come back and bounce back. So fixtures for this weekend: Stormers to win by 12 or more, Lions to win by 5. It's going to be both tough games of rugby, great rugby, and the Super Rugby conferences, as I said, are looking good, exciting, and I can't wait to see how the fixtures plan out. New rules, new changes, so it's going to be interesting to see how all these teams adapt and settle in and all that stuff. But honestly, I think it's going to be one hell of a smashing tournament, and I hope you guys enjoy it just as much as I know I am. Enjoy the rugby this weekend. Obviously New Zealand and Australia, you guys have to wait, but enjoy watching the South African rugby if you're interested. Hopefully we can prove a point and show that we are on the rise. Coetzee is gone, so let's move forward and look to the positive side. Good luck to all the teams. Good luck to you guys in Australia, you guys in New Zealand, Argentina. Give it horns, guys, and good luck to South Africa, especially my Sharks. Enjoy the rugby, guys. Stay safe. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I am doing predictions. I am doing recaps. The whole shamboozle. It's gonna be awesome, so make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.